Okay guys, welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to be talking about the past simple tense. Here we go. This will include a review of some prepositions of time, making negative statements and questions with did and didn't, irregular verbs, and some spelling rules. Some basic rules. We use the past simple tense to talk about actions and situations that are completely finished and in the past. We might use words that say when it happened, and these involve times, usually. So things like in 2008, at 7 o'clock, on Sunday, yesterday, last year, 2 weeks ago, 5 minutes ago. These time words are pretty important because they tell us that an action is finished and also when it finished. Some prepositions of time. So this is hopefully a review for you. You can have a look at this chart. We have three main prepositions when we're talking about time, and those are at, on, and in. For at, we use at for things like times, exact times, at 7 o'clock, at 3:30, at midnight. We also use at for holiday periods. So a period, I mean the time around one day, not the day itself. For the example that you can see here, everyone seems happy at Christmas. If we're talking about the day, Christmas Day, we will use a different preposition, and that is on. So you can see under the section of on, the last sentence, we get together on Christmas Day. So if it's a period, we use at. If it's on that day, we use on. Okay, so we also use on for days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc. Also for specific days, like you could point to it on a calendar, on the 27th, on September 4th. When we just have a month, a year, for example, we will use in. Okay, so in January, in September, in 2012. Also for seasons, for lengths of time, and for centuries, we will use in. Parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. The different one here is for night. We say at night. If you have the last part here, it says on plus day plus part of the day. So let's say we want to talk about a day of the week and also a time, like the morning or the evening. We will use on if it's for the day, on Friday night, on Monday morning. Just a little special rule here. Whenever you have words like last, next, every, this, we don't put the two of them together. We use one preposition for the whole sentence. So let's look at a couple examples. Here we have, I went to London last June. So we would not say in last June. We would just use one preposition. So I went to London last June. He is coming back next Tuesday. So again, here we wouldn't say on next Tuesday. Forget the on, just keep next. And the last one, we'll call you this evening, not we'll call you in this evening. Okay, so let's try a couple. I had class 9 a.m. Hopefully you are thinking at. That would be the correct answer. I had class at 9 a.m. Number 2, the shop closed 4 p.m. All right, this is a time again, so if you're thinking at, you are correct. We had a lot of projects October. So October is a month, and therefore the correct answer would be in October. Okay, so have a try at these. You might want to pause the video right here. Try it, because I'm about to give you the answers. Okay, so pause it, try it, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, regular verbs. So you can see we have positive, negative, and questions. For regular verbs, you just have to add ed to the end. For the negative form, we will use didn't, did not, or didn't to make the sentence negative. And in question form, the subject and the verb change order. Okay, so if we look at the first line here, the positive sentence is I waited, adding ed to the verb wait. To make this sentence negative, we add did not. So I did not wait. And you'll notice here that there is no ed on the end. So when we have the verb did takes the past tense, and so the second verb will stay in the infinitive form. Okay, I'll review this again in another slide. So negative form, I did not wait. Question, we're going to change the order of the verb and the subject. Okay, so in the other two sentences, you would see the subject and the verb, subject, verb. I waited, I did not wait. Here, we're going to put did first, and we're going to put the subject after. And this is a typical question form in English. Okay, did I wait? You'll notice also in question form, we have the verb did, and so wait does not take on an ed at the end. Okay, next one, you waited, you did not wait, did you wait? Third one, he waited, she waited, it waited. He did not wait, she did not wait, it did not wait. Did he wait? Did she wait? Did it wait? Okay, so that's the idea with positive, negative, and questions in, for the regular verbs. Okay, irregular verbs. There is no special trick. You just have to memorize these irregular verb forms. Hopefully your text has a list somewhere in the back. If not, I do have a list on my website, and you can see the link there below. One thing I wanted to point out here is that did and didn't, they never change form for different subjects, like I, you, he, she, it, we, and they never change form. They always are did and didn't. I didn't, you didn't, he didn't, she didn't, we didn't, they didn't. Okay, same for the question. Did I, did you, did he, did she, did we, did they? So that's kind of nice. You don't have to think about the subject and change the verb, which is what we're used to doing actually in English. Okay, so here we have the verb have. Have is an irregular verb. So I had it, no ed, right? I didn't have it. Did I have it? You had it. You didn't have it. Did you have it? So definitely spend some time studying the irregular verbs. It will be very useful for you. Okay, to be. To be. I was, I wasn't, was I? You were, you weren't, were you? He was, she was, it was, he wasn't, she wasn't, it wasn't. Okay, so one really important difference with the be verb is that we do not use don't or doesn't or did or didn't with the be verb. Okay, so to make this negative, we add not after the be verb. Okay, so if we have was, was not, were not. Those are the only two options that we have. So no do, no did, no didn't. We will just add the word not. The difference with the be verb also is that we have to think about the subject and decide if it needs to be was or were. So for I, he, she, and it, we will use was. You, we, and they, we will use were. Some notes about spelling. If the verb already ends in E, we will add a D to it. So no ED if it already has an E. Live becomes lived. Die becomes died. If the verb ends in a consonant plus Y, take off the Y and add IED. Okay, so study. Study, we have D-Y at the end. D is a consonant plus Y. Study becomes studied. IED. Marry, we have RY at the end, consonant plus Y. This becomes married, IED. If the verb ends in a vowel plus a consonant, we have to double the consonant and then add ed. So stop, the word stop, it ends in O and P, so vowel consonant. So what we will do is double the P and add ed. Stop becomes stopped. Hug, again we have vowel consonant, UG at the end, so we will make two G's and then add ed at the end. Okay, time for you to practice. So we'll have three parts. The first part here is for positive sentences in the past tense. Okay, so write these sentences in the past tense, adding prepositions as needed. All right, number one, we football yesterday play. Okay, so we know we're going to answer it in a positive way. That means no no's, no nots or didn't, right? Okay, so we play is a regular verb, so we can just add ed to it. We played football yesterday. Number two, I 8 o'clock a sandwich have. Okay, so have, we know the past tense for have is had. I had a sandwich at 8 o'clock. Hopefully that's what you were thinking. I'm going to give you the rest of them here. You may want to pause the video now. Write your answers down. Write them, don't be lazy, and then come back and check it and see if you got them right. Okay, let's go on to the negative sentences. So what we're going to do here is change this sentence from positive to negative. Okay, so number one, he had a computer, So we want to make it like no, right? So no, he didn't have a computer. He didn't have a computer. Number 2, they saw an old house in the mountains. Okay, so again, we're changing it from positive to negative. They didn't see. They didn't see an old house in the mountains. Okay, so I want you to try the rest of these. Pause it here, same thing, write down your answers, then come back and check it. Last part, questions. So I would like you to write these sentences in the past simple tense in question form. So number 1, you work in the garden. We know we have to add did. And we know from our question order that did will come before the subject, which is you, right? So this sentence or this question would be, did you work in the garden? Right? Did you work in the garden? Number 2, same thing here. Another question, we must add did, right? And the did comes before the subject. Did Greg visit his grandma? Okay, so let's try these and then come back and check your answers. Okay guys, that's the end of this show. So if you need to go back and review, if you have any questions, definitely ask your teacher or ask me, and good luck.